Let's go back a bit to your childhood. You grew up in a home filled with love.
Absolutely.
But when you were 13, your mom and dad divorced.
Yes. Sometimes love hurts.
The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Will Smith. Will Smith!
As we reach the turn of the millennium, for Will Smith,
Things have been going just great for you, haven't they?
Absolutely.
he's unstoppable.
I tell myself I'm the man. You know, I tell myself nobody can touch me.
You really are bulletproof right now.
See, this is my playground here. This is my room here.
I mean, you're making hit after hit after hit after hit.
This is my thing.
When Will Smith says or does anything, millions of people will line up to buy it.
You're the best that ever did it, man. Nobody can touch you.
Where does Will
This next guy, I mean, he could do no wrong.
and his many powers
Hey, look at that gun.
Nobody can touch you.
go next?
As far as his career goes, Will Smith continues to deliver a knockout punch.
Give it up for Will Smith.
And then you get up and you kick the dressing room door open. Ah!
A lot of people are saying this, that before this is all done, you're going to come away with an Academy Award.
Oh, well, you know, that's I mean, don't get me wrong. If y'all offer it to me, I'll take it.
Sorry.
Thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this video. Let's rewind 10 years.
Okay, pay attention. Tell you all about me. None of my lyrics are extraneous. Rhymes are spontaneous. I am the Fresh Prince, and I am as brainy as Galileo.
To when Will Smith was more Fresh Prince.
These next brothers I'm getting ready to play, we should be very proud of them. They are Philadelphia's own Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
I understand you learned your rapping really from Dr. Seuss when you were a kid.
What were you like as a youngster? Pretty much the same, man.
A lot of people think my name is William, but I'm proud of my name. My name is Willard.
Like the rat. I always like to have a lot of fun and stuff like that.
You know, I found a photo of you. Let's show that attractive face photo. There we go. There you are. Very attractive.
Who do you credit that? You credit your mother or your father? I mean, who gave you this very positive attitude?
Mom and dad and family is always number one.
We just had a really tightly knit family growing up, my mother and father. And my father always wanted me to be able to do a little bit of everything. You know, I had piano lessons for a man, you know, and flute and drums and basketball and footballs and always to do a little bit of everything, right? That's what I'm gonna do when I have kids.
It was always a hobby from the time I was 11 or 12 years old.
12 years
From
of age?
12 years old, yes, I started rapping when I was about 12, and I started professionally when I was about 16.
Then Einstein, with the strength parallel to that.
And up until the first check, it was still just fun. But they gave us some money, and we said, I might be able to do this for a little while.
Yeah.
In a time where rappers wanted to be hard and grabbing themselves and all that kind of stuff, we chose to come out and make people laugh. In the hip-hop culture, a lot of people feel that they have to have this fancy car and they have to have this gold and all that kind of stuff.
And in your music, your personality comes out. And, I guess a lot of people like our personalities.
We're not like that. We want people to see that we're ourselves.
Now, when you guys first came out on the rap scene, you offered something new, different, a fresh approach, taking a little bit of the street out and putting a lot of the suburban in.
Yeah. Then my mom would be mad, too, if she heard me use profanity.
I'm uncomfortable with people not learning, specifically black people. I think is hugely important to be able to speak properly. I had, my expletives,
Yes.
because I was young. I was writing my, 4-letter words and everything. And my grandmother found my rap book. But she wrote a letter in the back of my book, and it said, "Dear Will, truly intelligent people do not have to use these types of words to effectively express themselves. So show the world that you're as smart as we all think you are. Love, Grandma." Well, I like to articulate. You spend all the time writing all of these lyrics. You want people to be able to understand it. And from that point, I never put another profane lyric in any of my rhymes.
All right, so watch out for these guys coming to your town across the USA. I guess we should tell the kids across the country, that they should stay out of trouble, do all their chores.
And now, singing a Disney classic, here are DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Do you remember the words to the first rap song you ever wrote?
Whoa. It was called Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble.
Let's go back a bit to your childhood.
For Smith, there's always been a fear of good things coming to an end.
You grew up in a home filled with love,
Absolutely.
but when you were 13, your mom and dad divorced.
Yes.
What effect does that divorce, when you were just going into your teen years, have on you today?
It's like I didn't want to make that mistake. I watched that. I saw what that mistake was.
You got to meet Will! Will you ever wash your hand again? You know what? I always really respected that boyfriend and girlfriend thing. I'm really a monogamous kind of guy. Right. You know, I'm that one girl guy type thing. You like that? Right? No, but I've always like really had respect for that. You know, a guy and a girl are together and it's great. You know,
I'm checking the lie detector's doing it.
Sometimes, see what happens, you go into those small towns and all that, you know, and the women going to love you, you know, right? And the women, you know, the women are screaming, you know, breath, can we touch you? You know, all that stuff, right? Sure. So, you know, what I'm supposed to do, you know, the women want to touch me, you know. So I want a woman. See, I love a woman with big, beautiful eyes, man.
Will likes to joke, but he does take relationships seriously.
But you have your own woman with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, I was just admiring. Admiring. You know, what do I like in a woman? I like to be able to talk. I like a woman that can eloquently communicate with me, man. That's what I like. A woman that we can sit down and have a conversation. But no, I have a girlfriend now that we communicate very well, man. And it's just, why everyone always think I got a joke? It's not a joke, man. This is one of those years where, you know, I'm starting to get nervous. You know, things are going so well.
When did it really sink in that Will was going to be as big, he's like a megastar?
I guess after first Grammy.
A decade ago, Will and Jeff won a Grammy for Parents Just Don't Understand.
You parents just don't understand.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince were a hit. They also made history. In 1988, they became the first rap duo ever to win a Grammy.
But after the Recording Academy announced the rap genre wouldn't be televised,
We chose to boycott. We feel that it's a slap in the face.
Still, Smith was delighted with his accomplishment.
And won a Grammy last night.
When you were young, you made it and actually won a Grammy at 20? A Grammy at 19. At 19.
I'm getting married May 9th.
No, you're getting married?
You won the first Grammy.
Absolutely.
For rap music.
Actually, you know, 2 of the first 3 Grammys ever given for rap records.
A second Grammy followed in 1992 for the single Summertime.
But you know, just since you brought it up, everything's going so great. It's just like is my foot just gonna fall off or something?
No. How did you handle success being 19 years old?
It was a little hard. I had a moment where I just tripped out. You know, it was like.
His first song with pal DJ Jazzy Jeff hit the top of the charts when he was only 18.
I was out buying clothes and cars and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, you just feel like the money never ends. You feel like it's there forever.
Fast times, big money, and lousy check balancing.
And I thought it was there forever, man. I bought some dumb stuff, man.
Excuse me, how much for that elephant?
At 19 years old, I had a lot of money and a lot of power, you know, so.
By the time he reached voting age, Will was worth millions. A year later, he was broke.
And the money ran away, man. Thank God for the TV show.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Watch the premiere on NBC Monday.
So we're standing outside the stage door of the set of your new show, The Prince of Bel Air.
Will started the decade with a new challenge, and it was just what he needed.
I have a TV show coming out. And it's, you know, like The Fresh Prince.
Fresh meaning squeaky clean?
Yeah, fresh.
He's also the star of his own show here on NBC. It's The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Will Smith.
And I, in turn, address you by your proper title, Master William.
Where does Will Smith end and The Fresh Prince or The Prince of Bel Air begin? I mean,
Nobody knows. Well, it's taken from a guy named Benny Medina. It's basically his life story, very, very loosely.
Real Fresh Prince of Bel Air with you.
Oh, yeah, my man Benny's back.
He's over here, Benny Medina.
You know, he went from Watts to Beverly Hills.
The real Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Vinny Medina. Give him a round of applause.
But the story is based on his life, but the character is definitely me.
Will, there are other people at this table.
What would you prefer?
Check this. His royal freshness. That's dope.
Oh, you're right.
Any requests? Gotcha.
You gotta check my show out, right? Because it's like the dopest, dookiest, deafest, dumbest show on television. I mean, you can't find nothing else that'll make you feel the way this show feels. I mean, you sit down, you watching, you hype, and make you laugh, sometimes it make you cry. You just gotta peep it, because it's all that.
They hired you, somebody who's never acted a day in his life, to star on a network TV show.
It happens.
Now, this is your first acting challenge.
Yes.
Is it scary?
Well, no, not at all.
The first thing I've ever done acting, you know, so.
Zero formal theatrical training.
Like, flip around slowly and show people what's on the other side. You know, see how it turns into a set? Like, you know, I'm just learning my stage lingo and things like that. But that's the fourth wall, right? Is that what it's called?
We so rich. Why we can't afford no ceiling?
You know, I'm learning these things.
Well, sometimes they break that and sometimes they don't. I know that much.
And it comes naturally.
Yeah, well, the character is me, so it's not like I'm having to stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, right now, everything's cool. I'm working. I got a 9 to 5, and everything's going well. It's at the same building every day.
But what is it like memorizing the lines? For you, it may not be so tough being the rap master you are.
It's like with the music, you never know where you might be, and you're waiting for whether or not your record hits. And it's like with this, if the show hits or doesn't hit, I'm still in the same place, you know, I'm doing everything. It's just a lot more stable.
The Fresh Prince of Bel Air might have started as a fun challenge, as well as some much-needed job security. But Will soon fell for the new form of artistic expression.
Look, I'll call you next week and we'll iron out the details, okay?
Yeah.
It was great seeing you, son.
You too, Lou.
I'm sorry, Will.
Hey, why should I be mad? I'm saying, at least he said goodbye this time.
TB, the lifestyle is a lot easier. It's really a rough process, but it's a creative process, and I enjoy being creative.
Ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, you know? Who needs him?
I couldn't act worth a lick where we started. I just feel like I developed as an actor.
Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. The hell with him!
You know, I'm not playing any Denzel Washington roles or anything like that, you know.
Aspirations too?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Nah, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm gonna have me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
But the acting bug then has bitten. So you want to get involved in more serious type things and do feature films possibly?
Definitely. Well, I just signed a deal with 20th Century Fox.
Okay.
For a movie deal, so you can check me out next summer.
Right back more with Will right after this.
A prism refracts a single source of white light into a spectrum of different colors. The news we consume acts the same way, splitting opinions on the biggest stories. When researching, I need to see the wider picture. And Ground News provides insight on a source's funding, credibility, and political bias. Here, I see over 300 articles on the Oscars, with the ability to see stories from different political viewpoints and sort them all by highest factuality. I'm ensuring I'm getting the best possible information. blind spots reveal news you might not normally see. Like, if you consume left-leaning sources, you might not know Biden is wearing some fancy new shoes. Or, if you're a conservative reader, that the FBI claims crime has recently dropped significantly. With a commitment to staying non-partisan, Ground News is a reliable source for your everyday information. It's also my best recommendation for deep diving into research. Compare coverage, spot media bias, and stay informed. Subscribe now at ground.news/Dodford for 40% off the Vantage plan, or try it for less than $1 this month.
I'm so sorry to bother you, but I've been hurt and I've lost everything. I didn't know where to go.
93. Eager to prove himself dramatically, Will Smith switches gears in
6 Degrees of Separation is the story of one sharp young black man named Paul who charms himself into one of New York's high society families.
I was mugged out there in Central Park.
The Fresh Prince of Bel Air himself, Will Smith, star in this timely look at the big differences and surprising similarities between society's haves and have-nots.
Oh, they took my money and my briefcase. I said my thesis is in there.
Pretending to be a college friend of their children and the son of actor Sidney Poitier, the family is eager to buy his story and give him shelter.
Oh, this is a Kandinsky. A double, one painted on either side.
In 2 radically different styles. One wild and vivid, the other somber and geometric.
No, I was going to compliment you on 6 Degrees of Separation. I thought you were great in that movie. I really did. I thought you were very good.
Everybody in the film is really good at the craft, and for me, it's a great opportunity to kind of get into their heads. Because this is the first time that I've played a dramatic role.
If you didn't catch his performance as a charming con artist in 6 Degrees of Separation, you missed part of the talent that is Will Smith.
I think what 6 Degrees of Separation did was it established Will Smith as an actor. Although I've lived all over, my folks are divorced. You know, actually, that was like the most difficult thing I've ever had to do. Yeah, 6 Degrees. Yeah, that was very difficult. 6 Degrees, I became an actor. I worked for 6 months, you know, working out and a dialect coach and working on the script and all of that. And that was like the serious intellectual beat down.
He says he threw himself so deeply into that role that it cost him his marriage.
From hip-hop to sitcom to the silver screen, Will Smith's rise to fame has been rapid, but it's taken its toll on his personal life.
His then-wife, Cherie Zampino, insisted on a divorce. They have a son together, Trey, now 5 years old. What effect does that divorce, when you were just going into your teen years, have on you today?
I feel that much more pain for having been divorced. You know, it's like I didn't want to make that mistake. I watched that, I saw what that mistake was, you know? And in my life, that's really the only thing in my life ever that I consider a failure.
Because when making a movie, things can get really tense.
Will and Cherie divorced 4 years ago in 1995. Instilling Smith with a fiery determination, we very quickly saw a different side to the man who's always laughing.
Now just stop for a second. Before you lose your head, get all crazy and toss your hands up, just think. The person that uses their head can always defeat the person that's just trying to use their hands. Hey, freeze, bitch! You freeze, bitch!
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Willard. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Smith. Do you know? Where is he? Where is he? I'll shoot him dead.
Did y'all interview with my partner, Will Smith?
Do you want some? I'll bust your ass too.
You know what? Fuck you and fuck them and fuck everybody.
April 7th, y'all. It comes out April 7th. Bad Boys.
Did you get in fights?
I was always silly. It's like a serious action movie, you know? That was a shock for people, you know, everybody.
I was a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah. You know, there's action, there's explosions and all of that, you know. Yeah, I'm buffed, you know, in the movie. It's a scene where, you know, my shirt is open and I'm running, you know, in slow motion.
Yeah, right. You're an action hero now.
Why?
You're like, you know, Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. Willie Schwarzenegger.
For years, you've seen him as the charming, street-smart teen in TV's Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And lately, he's grabbed headlines as the good guy role of the fighting Marine.
Captain Stephen Hiller, as played by me.
In the movie Independence Day.
It's a classic, big-budget Hollywood picture.
With all the special effects, Independence Day is the quintessential action flick.
Huge.
I'm predicting it will be the #1 movie of the year.
Uh-oh, that's a big call there. Yes, no, I can absolutely be irritated. And generally, I'm irritated by other people's intolerance.
Like in the old days, you loved John Wayne.
He punched out the enemy, and you did the same thing, and the whole theater cheered.
Like you're just so angry at what they're doing, and you just wanted to do something. And I think that the reason people cheer like that is because that's exactly what they would want to do.
That's what I call a close encounter.
With Bad Boys and Independence Day, Will Smith proved to the world that he's more than a leading man. He was a hero for all of us.
Will Smith's Close Encounters with Aliens continues. He's working on a sci-fi comedy with actor Tommy Lee Jones.
It's the Men in Black. You better watch.
Will Smith is hot in Hollywood. The role of the Galaxy Defender has catapulted him from movie to megastar.
NYPD means I will knock your punk ass down.
Critics are giving his new film Men in Black rave reviews. It opens July 2nd.
You are no longer part of the system. You are above the system. Over it. Beyond it. We're them. We're they. We are the Men in Black.
My pursuit. Whoa! Men in Black, get it?
And Men in Black is Columbia Pictures' biggest opening film ever.
It's done $230 million in the States already, which is just amazing.
Just a little taste, just a little taste. You know, when you're making a film, you always hope that it's successful, but you can't plan this type of success. Now that was good, right? You like that, right?
In America, it's like, it's one of the biggest movies of all time.
I had read that you look for certain trends when you choose movies. Is that so?
Let me tell you the big secret. Yes. 9 of 10 of the biggest films in history have creatures.
His 2 creature features, Independence Day and Men in Black, have done more than make him rich and famous.
When I won the war earlier, the very important person I forgot to thank. Me. Just since I figured you brought it up, you know, Independence Day and Men in Black are 2 of the top 3 biggest openings ever, you know, but just since you brought it up. Yeah. Of all the awards that I've received. No, I'm serious, because without me, none of this would have been possible.
They have proven he has unprecedented cross-cultural appeal.
This is the most recent.
He's a new kind of leading man. Comic, action, superstar. And the pressure is on for him to deliver in his next picture.
Will Smith, Gene Hackman, enemy of the state.
Will Smith throws his hat in the box office ring a week from Friday when his new one with Gene Hackman, Enemy of the State, opens.
Right now, you either shoot me or tell me what the fuck is going on.
Tell us about Rachel Banks.
Why are they after me?
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Here you are, practically in every scene. It's more dramatic than comedic.
Let me find out like this.
I'm finding out like this.
This is the videotape that you need to convince Pantera with, and watch out for the FBI.
This is all lies. None of this stuff is true.
Did you have an affair with her 4 years ago?
Do you want your life back?
I don't have a life. I'm in love with a married man.
Will holds his own opposite his Oscar-winning co-star, probably because he gave himself a pep talk before every scene.
So you're saying you weren't there with her?
I tell myself I'm the man. You know, I tell myself nobody can touch me. I like our history. I love my wife and I love my son, absolutely, with no equivocations. No, I don't think so. This is my life. It's a thing that happens when you're acting. I worked hard for it and I want it back.
You said she wasn't an issue.
She's not. It's almost like a self-hypnosis where you fall into it and for that brief moment you forget that I will not allow my family to go through that. You know, you're Will Smith. You know, you have those temporary lapses.
You make me sick.
You're the best that ever did it, man. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you. My life has been falling apart. And you get out and you kick the dressing room door open. Ah!
The movie gives Will a chance to display his dramatic abilities and may lead to a career of more serious roles.
There's no doubt that he's the main man on and off the screen. But last year, with Enemy of the State, Will reminded the world just how seriously he takes his acting. And it meant he joined the conversation regarding a little golden statue.
A lot of people are saying this, that before this is all done, you're going to come away with an Academy Award.
Oh, well, you know, that's I mean, don't get me wrong. If you offer it to me, I'll take it. But for the most part, the award for me
is walking into a mall on Saturday afternoon, you know, that reaction from the fans.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take that over an Academy Award every day of the week.
You really are bulletproof right now. I mean, you're making hit after hit after hit after hit. You full of self-confidence right now, or is there a little self-doubt still back in there?
Oh no, it's all self-doubt. I'm only confident through a complete lack of confidence. I mean, it's like, it's that the thing of being so petrified that I have to attack.
Now, after 2 hit movies, this next guy, I mean, he can do no wrong. Movies, records, he can't go no wrong. Give it up for Will Smith.
You are the man.
Well, you know, baby, you know how I get down.
Will Smith kicked off Men in Black fever in Paris.
Is this your first time here in Holland?
Oh, yes. This is London.
What's up, Sydney?
You got to meet Will. Will you ever wash your hand again?
Just exciting.
So do you have people around you, because you're hearing so much, Will, you're great, Will, you're great, Will, you're great. I just told you you're great. I mean, that gets a little bit, you know, that'll make you crazy after a while. Do you have someone who can kind of lower the air, take the air out of your tires occasionally?
Hello. On this past New Year's Day, Will remarried to Scream 2 star Jada Pinkett.
Please welcome Jada Pinkett.
At 27, Will has had a lot of professional success. And as for his personal life, he says he's found a soulmate, an actress, Jada Pinkett, who he met during the first season of Fresh Prince.
Will arrived ready to greet his fans, but his biggest fan was right by his side.
So when you come on with this I'm the greatest routine, what does she do?
And the winner is Will Smith, Men in Black.
I want to thank my sweetie, Jada.
She says, that's right, baby, you are the greatest. She rubs my back and she makes sure I think I'm the greatest.
My wife, baby, I want to thank the jiggiest wife in the world, Jada Pinkett Smith.
She recently gave birth to a baby boy, Jaden Christopher Sire Smith. Jada is 5 feet tall, Will is 6'2". And even with that, they seem a perfect match.
Oh, you should put your glasses on, sweetie.
I think him and Mac can see.
Okay, we got it. She got them pretty eyes, they just don't work.
Jada's teeny, but she could just beat the out of him.
Oh no, Jada never lets me think I'm not the greatest. Even if she's angry with me or I've done something.
He's now bigger than he's ever been, with a happy marriage under his belt. But it doesn't mean Smith is without his own personal hurdles.
Is there any part of the business that bugs you or that's so different from what you thought it might be?
He is recently divorced from actress Cherise Zampino. Their high-profile split was a painful period in Will's life. How did it feel when you saw your whole divorce proceedings listed in Jet magazine?
You know, Will, I have been reading a lot about you.
Okay.
I mean, Will on a Horse, Will on Biography magazine, Will on the cover of Ebony, Will Popular Mechanics, I mean everything.
People are going to chase me after this. People are going to chase me.
Do you ever read about yourself?
For the most part, you try to avoid it because you never know when you stumble across that one that isn't so flattering.
Well, if you ask me, your whole damn family is crazy.
Man, you find that that success at an early age, sometimes you forget to be a nice guy.
Yeah, I definitely forgot to be a nice guy because it's like I was young, man. You know, I'm a nice guy now. Regained control of myself. Non-violent, so I'm a chill.
The most difficult thing is just trying to go out and have some fun and chill and relax. You really can't do that too. It's like that's a part of being a celebrity that is the difficult part of it, you know. It's like you want people to stay out of your business. You want people to love your work, but, you know, sometimes love hurts.
And if your mama sent you out here to live with them, then she's crazy too. Hey, man, don't nobody talk about my mother, man!
But despite these challenges, Will Smith is only optimistic about his present and his future.
Happily married, Will's greatest joy is his kids, 4-month-old Jaden and his first son, Trey.
Because you have a little boy, actually William Smith III, but you call him Trey.
Trey, absolutely. That's kind of cool. You know, he's the third Trey. You know, that's something special I put together.
Here's a picture of your son, Trey. Look at this. There he is. He's a man in black.
Yeah, you know, he went to the premiere. Yeah, he's 4, and he, loves the men in black. He has, you know, his little black suit and his little mini black Ray-Bans and all that type of stuff.
And family is important to you?
No, family's extremely important.
And what's having a family now of your own? Has that added some more pressure, or is it just makes it better, or has it changed you?
Yeah, today I had a parent-teacher meeting. This was my first parent-teacher meeting today, right? So it's you know, I'm emotional right now, right?
I feel like that grounds me also, though. It is pressure, and there are things I want to make sure that I'm making the proper decisions. You know, I have 2 sons, and, you know, I want to have a daughter.
There's no stopping the more mature Will Smith now. Just ask him.
I'm going to be the first black president of the United States.
I'm going to win the presidency first. I'll be the president for only a couple years.
What's your hope for the millennium? What do you hope is going to happen after the year 2000?
I'm going to take the next 10 or 15 years to be as successful as I could be in movies. I was thinking about playing in the NBA, but I want a PGA Tour championship.
You are where you are now. I mean, you've gotten your Grammy. I guess you could always want to win an Oscar.
My goal is constant perfection. Just every step of the way, everything that I do, I want to do it to the best of my ability.
I want to do that one day. Just go to the moon. Sky's the limit.
Just my wife, my son, just life is damn good, y'all. Thank you. Peace. Get up out of your seats. Get up out of your seats. Everybody up out your seats. Stand up. Stand up. All right, now check it out. The future is now, and I want y'all to remember that. We've had a
Hey guys, so for over a year now, there's always questions on this channel about how we make these videos. And for the first time ever, we're going to start talking about it. So the Dodford Patreon has finally been launched. There's already a bunch of stuff available there for you to check out, including an hour-long director's commentary on Jim Carrey Doesn't Exist. We've recorded many more, and more will be coming out for old and new videos, including this one. We feel like this is a new era of Dodford, and we want to start sharing some insight on how we make them, our thoughts behind the storytelling, the editing, the principles of just being a creator on YouTube nowadays. There's a lot to talk about. It's very laid back, but I do think it's very valuable for anyone looking to try and expand their skills as a creator. So check out patreon.com/Dodford, and hopefully I'll see you around.